Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in day 7 of the October daily, which is my version, is a book report because I don't have the occasion to have all the pumpkin patch rides and pumpkin patch hay rides and things like that. So anyhow, I'm doing a book report, and the book report I'm doing is from Agatha Christie, Halloween Party, which happens to be a movie this year. I did not know that going into this. Would I have still done it? Probably, because it's a good book. The movie is a little bit different. So today, the prompt I gave myself is water. And water is a big clue. If you are reading the book or you want to read the book, I'm trying not to give spoilers, but water's a clue. So at in each chapter is a spread here. I'm trying to put a little synopsis of the chapter, maybe like 1 or 2 sentences sometimes, and they're in journal cards and they're in pockets behind the spread. I'm trying not to focus on the journaling, even though this is a book report. Really, it's a book report visually. So and I hope you can't hear the neighbors next door. They're all outside. Anyhow, I'm in a better frame of mind, I believe. I'm constructing a flap just to give it a little bit more dimension, even more dimension. I made it in a wave shape since I am at the beach, and everything's a wave. Now, when I chose this piece of paper yesterday, I knew it had a hole in it because I had used it for something else. But I'm okay because I'm working with it. And I'm patching it up with something that I painted with blue. And does it look silly? I don't even think it's visible by the end. I am trying to go with a theme of rusty crusty slash Halloween. There's the journaling right there, and I put it in a pocket. And and sometimes the pocket accompanies yesterday's and the day and tomorrow's in there, or yesterday's and today's. In other words, there's 2 chapters of journaling in each pocket sometimes. I'm still unpacking, and here is where I knew I wanted to do all this, and I had originally said I wanted to use envelopes, but I'm kind of veering away from that. But I love the idea of making like a slide out of this one that has a double window in it. Spoiler alert, after fiddling it with for a while, I couldn't get it to work. Or I just wasn't happy with what it was turning out like. I tried to paint the inside blue. It's got some kind of film on it, so it doesn't even hold the paint or a marker or anything. I guess if I had used acrylics, it would have, but I haven't even unpacked half of my supplies, so I don't even know where blue is. And just trying to decorate the outside of it a tiny bit, and putting double-sided tape around it to close the window when I'm ready. I wanted to put something inside of it, kind of like what did they call those? A shaker card thing, but I just couldn't get it to look the way I wanted it to look. And I fall back to my normal, kind of like a wackadoodle collage. But it works. It works in the end. And it's me, and that's the most important thing. I am going through all of my stuff looking for more blue. When I thought about this journal a little bit, I was going with a black and possibly a little bit of brown, but I forgot that there was blue. Now that one has a little bit of hands in that picture there, like somebody's trying to save somebody underwater. And these were pictures that I got off of Google Images, mostly of rugs and or tile patterns or fabric patterns or wallpaper patterns. I love doing that. And I'm not sure where the hands came from, but maybe that's somebody's wallpaper. I don't know. And I'm lining them up here, not in perfect unison purposely. Number one, it works with my style. Number two, I'm not a measurer, so things look more intentional when I do a thing like this. Anyhow, so I wanted to spread across the flap and the page. And there I go. I covered up the hole. This is really just abstract and me thinking, how can I represent blue without it being, or not blue, but water without it being water in your face. So this was my version of doing that. Pretty much maybe blue water molecules, I don't know, are square, I don't know. But just having a grand time playing with paper, which I saw something, and I have to research this more, but I saw a lady doing collage on her jelly plate. It was called, what did she, collage? I have to do some more research. Anyhow, so I wasn't thrilled with, I wanted to make more layers. I'm okay with all of this, but I wanted to make more layers. And I'm thinking, how can I make more layers? And I'm like, water, 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 bubbles, bubbles, bubbles around. Bubbles are circles, my favorite thing. So I just went in with these markers, and I can't remember where I got these. I think they're Distress markers. I don't think they're Ranger's brand. I might have got them at the scrapbook store here. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I bought them last year. Anyhow, I'm making bubbles and just kind of unifying in my brain. It's unifying the two pages together with the pattern of the bubbles on it. Most of it will be covered up. That's okay. I know they're there. I know my stuff is now wet with water, and that's good for me. And I know these take a few minutes to dry, so I'm trying to dry all this. I'm in a better frame of mind today. A good night's sleep helps. The dog only did one other bad thing last night, so I saw that as a plus. He's being pretty good this morning. He's sitting here actually with me. I talked to my husband. My husband actually leaves his conference today, flies home, which it's going to take him all day pretty much. Just because, and he's not far away. He's north of where we are, but he's in the same section of the country, just north, on the East Coast. And it just takes forever to fly back here because you have to go through Atlanta or Charlotte. And he's going to Columbia because he's got a doctor's appointment Tuesday and Thursday. And Thursday is all day. So, it is what it is. When we get to this age, we have to work around our playtime with our doctor's time, and work time for him. So anyhow, so here's where I am, trying to work with this stupid little thing that I made myself try to use. And at hindsight, spoiler alert, I decided to ditch it. I kind of walked away for a while and came back. You can see me kind of pounding my hands. But this is as far as I've gotten so far. And I thought, okay, what if I do use it, but I put acetate in it and put more bubbles on the acetate with those markers, those distress markers or distress crayons, but they don't really show up on there. Or at least that one didn't. So I went back in with my tempera paint sticks and just put more bubbles on the acetate, and with the intention of putting the acetate in the little window and make it like a shaker card, but with no shake, just a clear card. It takes a minute for those things to dry. So I thought, okay, I'm going to write H2O in here and have it like a chemical specimen thing of water. I don't know. Anyhow, I liked that idea, and it was working. But I just couldn't make it work in the little envelope. So I decided to ditch the little window thing. I'll still use it, hopefully. Even though it has blue paint on it, I can paint it again with something else possibly. So I thought, I really like the look of just the acetate on the brown. But that's kind of lonely and just like no foundation there. So we made waves. And I just took out the tempera paint sticks. I'm telling you what, if y'all don't have these, I love these things. They come in handy in the most amazing ways. They dry pretty fast. And So while they're waiting to dry, I'm kind of looking for some more blue stuff. And then I remembered I cut out some of these pumpkins out of the ephemera book. So I'm like, okay, that'll work. And I'm like, how can I make this a blue pumpkin? A blue pumpkin. And spoiler alert, I don't use that either. Today, I will use it. But I end up actually, then I cut out this little girl, which I think was in some stuff from last year. And I'm like, okay, maybe she can sit on here, sit on the pumpkin or whatever. She's blue, she's in a blue dress. Didn't like that either. So then I started going through my little pieces of paper and looking for blue. And I'm going to make a cluster. So I go back to my roots when I'm frustrated to this degree. And I just start making a cluster that I can put that pumpkin on top of. Spoiler alert, I don't use the pumpkin. But I like the way it ends up. So I'm just kind of trying to come up with a cluster of blue. When I packed all this stuff, I was thinking brown and blacks, not blue. I forgot about the water. But I don't know if I'll ever have another blue page in this journal. I don't know. But I do like how it ends up. And it has an element of a cluster. It has an element of the tempera paint sticks. It has an element of a grid, kind of. It has elements of circles. So my favorite water page ever. Not that I've ever made another water page. I don't know if I have. I did do a whole aquatic architecture journal. I've done all kinds of, I'm not running out of ideas. Don't worry, guys. So then I found these stickers. I must have had these stickers for like 15 years from scrapbooking days. And washi tape. And there's some Pear Tea stickers, which are the very first stickers I ever bought off of Etsy. And I've had them and I use them and I have a lot of them. I haven't ordered any in a long time. I haven't even been on, and in fact, I don't even think she's on Etsy anymore. She has her own website. They're in New Jersey, I think. But it's a watercolor element to a sticker. So these little strips with the little characters on them, I made those when I was still in my cast from my ankle destruction. And I was bedridden for 3 months. And I was sitting there just painting blobs. And then I turned them into Halloween stuff. Because I did do it in the fall. So I found that thing from Tim Holtz, I'm pretty sure, from an ephemera pack. And I added a little blue to it. And I got out a little ghost and kind of gave him a little bit of a blue tinge in the end. And I like how this works out. Beware is like beware of the water. And the ghost is because it's Halloween. And anyhow, this cluster was fun. And it took me a while to get to this. And sometimes when I do get this frustrated and not sure how not knowing what you're going to do sometimes does backfire. And I don't try to plan on any of this. But anyhow, I just took a couple Pear Tea stickers and put on the other side of that flap. So anyhow, here comes the acetate again, the water molecules. And I just put a piece of double-sided tape at the very top, tucked it behind the cluster, and I'm good. I'm good. And I added a little bit more blue with markers and a little bit of blue to the ghost. And some of my H2Os are coming off. I don't know how long those will stay around, but we'll see. Water. Water is a clue for the book. And I really do like how this all came together. But again, sometimes not planning does backfire on me. And this started out as a backfire, but it ended up okay. And then I found some stuff on vellum. I'm like, no, back off. But I do think that corner, now that I'm looking at it, is a little... Oh, and then I found in those old stickers a book. It says a book report or something like that. So I'm like, okay. Or ghost stories. Ghost stories is what it says. So I'm good. I'm good. And tomorrow we have detective. That's going to be fun. So in the end, I like it. It all works for me. I will be back tomorrow and hopefully it'll all work for me again. So thanks for watching. Bye.